Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your December 5-card tarot card overall energy reading. Now, this is going to be for the month of December 2020. Keep in mind, Scorpios, that this is a general reading for the larger collective of Scorpios, and it's intended for informational purposes. The information may not resonate with everyone, of course, so that's okay. Take what fits and let the rest go. To save time, I already shuffled the cards and requested the universe guidance, and these cards selected were ejected on their own during the shuffle. The 5 cards that were exited during the shuffle for this overall energy reading for the month of December 2020 are lined up right here. Keep in mind that the first card here represents the overall energy of past influences that were significant within the past few months for most Scorpios, because this is a general reading. In some cases, the energy may have resolved itself, and in other cases, it may still be lingering. The second card here represents your overall energy for your present energy. This is your things that are going on right now in the present time. The third card here represents the overall energy for future energies. These are things that are on the cusp of happening, or beginning to happen, or within this time frame, may appear to you. The fourth card here represents overall energy challenges. These are things that that are going to come up that you're going to have to make a decision upon. These do not imply that their challenges are negative. Sometimes they're just provided as information, but in most cases you are presented with sort of a choice, and it's up to you to make that decision based on your own free will. And the fifth card here represents the overall outcomes energy for this time period. Now, real quick, I would just like to say, I would appreciate very much your support if you would click on the video, click on subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification reminder. Please understand that the YouTube algorithms depend on these, what I call big 3 items: the like the video, subscribe to my channel, and notification buttons are clicked, because that's how they market new channels to wider audiences, based on those 3 algorithms. So you won't get, if you click on them, you're not going to get bombarded with spam mail or anything else. You won't even recognize much difference, but it does signal to YouTube that what the watch capability of these videos are, and how they choose to market it to a wider audience. And I would definitely appreciate your support if you are so kind and see fit. And for those that have done it already, thank you very much. It is greatly appreciated. So with that, let's get started. In our past influences here, Scorpio, we have the King of Wands. Can't speak. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why, for Scorpio, why the King of Wands is here and their past influences, please. Well, Scorpio, the King of Wands represents a fire energy, and it's a masculine energy to begin with. This is indicative of really the goals, or implementing something, or taking action. This is not about creating ideas or anything else. This is really about being action oriented and putting the actions plans to get things going. It's not about dreaming or anything else. This is really action oriented. So that's the overall energy for this card here. However, I'm picking up for many Scorpios in their past few months here that some of you were trying to lead your life with intent and a vision, and we're trying to identify sort of a long-term view. And I'm picking up the energy that for some, in some cases, this energy was based on you and another person, someone that you're trying to have a relationship with. I think in some cases, some Scorpios were trying to manifest a vision and try to get the support of those around you, particularly for this relationship to work. And you basically tried to use your charisma. You were focused and you were determined, and you were trying to get people to believe in this. I'm picking up mainly a relationship issue that you were gravitating towards. I also feel that you were trying to, at least towards the last few months, really trying to put your charisma and your focus and show your determination to the person in which you were trying to have the relationship with. However, uh, I'm picking up there were challenges for you, Scorpio, ongoing challenges, and I'm also picking up lots of turmoil. I think I'm picking up for Scorpio. You had this vision in mind of where your future direction was going to go, and perhaps of this relationship. Um, However, what started out that was sort of a I'm picking up what started out sort of a good flow, what appeared to be a good flow. However, was really more of an illusion because there were so many other circumstances that were going on. Not only I'm picking up with you, but with this other person. Um, and half the time, you know, in the beginning, I think you didn't put a lot of energy into it, but then you did later. However, it looks to me that this sort of switched, and then the other person stopped putting the energy in it, and then you overcompensated and started putting the energy in. However, I'm picking up that to to meet each other halfway 50-50 has not occurred. I'm picking up that this has been an emotional time for many Scorpios trying to figure it out. Um, and this is not to say, Scorpio, that you have not probably may have some contributions to why the problems are, but I'm picking up that in your heart you were trying to make it work based on your efforts and based on your knowledge and what you knew what to do. Hmm. I'm also picking up that you were determined to get this, to see this through, and you didn't want to stop at anything in order to see it through, to get this relationship back on that even wheel that you felt that you started out with. However, I'm picking up that you haven't got there. It's been stumbling block after stumbling block, and now I think towards the last few months, even though you might have questioned yourself of why are you wasting your time, but you're also sort of in there figuring out do you want to continue, and should you? And in some cases, I hate to say this, yes, for some sort of goes, some sort of feelings of guilt, perhaps, that because you weren't that forefront in the beginning of the relationship, and you're trying to make up for it, is sort of the direction, or for the energy I'm picking up here for some. However, lately you've been really trying to inspire for long-term sustainable success with this relationship, and you're wanting to make a lasting impact, but it's not happening, and it's like hitting your head against the wall. Hmm. The appearance of the King of Wands here in your past influences, Scorpio, the energy I'm picking up was an opportunity that was presenting itself to you, and it was basically saying to you, Scorpio, that you had the power to take on challenges. And I'm picking up that you did take on this challenge, particularly the energy for a relationship is the key energy I'm picking up here. Um, and you were a determining factor in this sort of energy relationship to make it work. I'm also picking up in many cases that if you wanted this relationship to be successful, with the King of Wands, Scorpio, it had the potential to be successful, but the key word is, did you truly want it to be successful? Because I'm picking up that, and perhaps part of you wanted it to be successful, but I'm also picking up the other part of it is that um, you weren't, for some Scorpios, you weren't fully committed to it. You went through the motions, but you weren't fully committed to it, and it became sort of a knee-jerk reaction. And then it became more of a struggle, and trying to get the relationship back on this target, or this dream vision that was there, and get it to blossom and grow, just wasn't happening. Scorpio, and typically that you can create any outcome that you wish. And so something here, to be as a takeaway, is that be mindful about your intentions and your vision, because you hold the power. And so if there's laws of attraction here, that if you think negative thoughts, whether it's about yourself, about the relationship, or just in living negative opinions surround it, you're going to attract negativity. And I'm picking up that for whatever reason, it may not have been planned, but there was uh, part of your role in this is uh, laws of attraction. Is there was a sense of negativity, and you got negativity. You did not get what you were wanting. You got what you were living. In our present energy here, we have the Ace of Pentacles for Scorpio. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the Ace of Pentacles is here in their present energy for this time frame for our Scorpios, please. Well, we know that the aces in all the tarot decks basically represents some sort of new beginning. And in this case, with the Ace of Pentacles, this is about new beginnings and new opportunities and new potentials. It also tends to relate to more specific to your finances and your wealth and career and physical health and even the manifestation of goals that you may have. You know, the Ace of Pentacles here in your present energy, Scorpio, you can in some cases see this as a green light. If you have been manifesting something that you want to achieve or to attain or wish for, I'm picking up that for some, you are in the beginning stages of trying to understand that laws of attraction, and that how you think and act and feel is what you're going to attract. And I think you're sort of picking up that even if it was unintentional, with this negativity that was surrounding you, that's what was really coming towards you in your past, as was mentioned here. I'm picking up that you have what the universe is telling me in this card here is, Scorpios, is that if you feel you've been beaten up and beaten down and have gone through an emotional turmoil and I'm picking up this, really it has to do with a relationship, but I'm not picking up it has to do with work or anything like that. This is more of an interpersonal relationship that's been major. The word that's coming to me is just up and down. It's been full of emotion on both ends, and it usually ends up being rather negative for both parties. But this Ace of Pentacles right now in your present energy, you can see this, Scorpio, as a welcome invitation. This is the universe sending you an invitation that you have an opportunity for a new beginning, a new opportunity, new potential. But keep in mind, this message that the Ace brings you right now is not a free ride. As with all aces in the tarot decks, the Ace here illustrates the possibility of new beginnings and new opportunities and new potentials and such. But it's not a free ride, as it states. You, as with any sort of things that you want to be involved in, just because you're manifesting it doesn't mean it's going to be a success. You have a role in this, Scorpio, and I'm not picking up that some of you have quite understood that yet. But if you change your frame of mind, Scorpio, and you sort of rethink about what's important to you, you have to look at things that bring you joy. You have to look at things that bring you happiness. And you have to understand why it brings you joy and why it brings you happiness. So if you're wanting something and you're wanting to manifest it, then you have to be also thinking in terms and in daily terms of how it's going to make you happy. If you want a relationship, how is it going to make you happy? You have to feel how it makes you happy. You have to live how it makes you happy. This is not a time that you cut corners, because if you say you love somebody and you want to be involved with them, and yet you're doing everything just the opposite, you're living a single life in some cases, but telling this person that you want to be in a relationship, there is a double-edged sword to that, and that energy is going to come out, and that's going to cause turmoil. So if you're able, Scorpio, to sort of harness your impulse and if you were able to let this thing go, let this energy go, this negative energy that you've been focusing on for quite a while, as I understand it, several months is what I'm picking up, and it's not getting any better. It has become more of a huge emotional drain, and it's stopping you, Scorpio, from fulfilling your higher power. It's, in fact, if you were to step aside outside of yourself and look at how you have been handling yourself and how you respond to things, you would probably cringe, because you are doing things, what I'm picking up is something that you normally wouldn't do, but you're doing it, and you're thinking it's about love, and maybe it is, but there's various kinds of loves, and sometimes if a love isn't working, to be in love, you have to let it go, and let the other person figure out what they need to do, and who they need to be, because you can't fix everything. And I think there's a Scorpio driver trying to fix something, trying so hard to fix this broken relationship that didn't really get a good start. But how long do you put the energy into that you're when you're so stuck in this and so one-sided and so too focused that you're missing out everything else that is around you that is good? And that's something you want to pay attention to, Scorpio. The Ace of Pentacles here for also symbolizes wealth, and it's not just your bank account. This is also about sort of the holistic sense of wealth, your feeling and your emotions. Um, I'm picking up that some right now, Scorpios, you have the opportunity to generate a new source of income. You could receive a financial gift or a windfall during this month. Uh, the ace here signifies that an abundance of all areas in your life is going to come in a broader sense, and that would include happiness, fulfillment, potential, love. This ace here in your present energy, Scorpio, if, this is a dream card, and think about it this way: if you wish to amplify this feeling of prosperity, then you must live by the laws of attraction and send your positive energy into the universe so that you will receive more in return. Remember, it is critical that you understand the laws of attraction. What you think and how you act and how you treat other people, if it is not positive, if it is manipulating, if it is negative, that's what you're going to receive. So you have to demonstrate and think and feel and act responsibly in a positive manner, and then it will be returned to you. The universe will guarantee that it will be returned to you. But you have to live the life first. So if you want honesty, then you have to be honest. If you want to be trusting, or you want people to trust you, then you have to be trustworthy. You get the point. So this card here, Scorpio, is about you have potential. You have potential to bring this forward. And the universe is going to support you, but it is up to you to sort of clean up your house and determine how you're going to do this. If you do it in a deceitful way, it's going to backfire on you. If you do it for the wrong reason, it's going to backfire on you. So just sit back and sort of ask yourself, what is it that you really are wanting, and why are you wanting it? And the work that you have to do, does it bring you happiness and does it bring you joy? So in our third card here, Scorpio, we have the King of Cups, except we have the King of Cups in reverse position here. Angels and the Spirit Guides, please help me understand why the King of Cups is in Scorpio's reading this month for the month of December, and it's in its future energies. Please. Well, I'm picking up here, much like these first two cards here, this is an emotional time for Scorpios. I'm picking up, but December is emotional. There is something going on, and I think it's these planetary changes that are taking effect this month. Scorpio, when that reverse King of Cups is appearing in your reading here, and this is in your future, so it's most likely happening right now. This is, it signifies that you're going to be more prone to emotional upset and drama. And that's something that I'm picking up in the past year that has been going on, is this lots of emotion and lots of drama. In some cases, other individuals may trigger you or push your buttons to make it more difficult for you. And in some cases, even though you try hard, maybe just feel that they get the best of you. Um, you know, in many cases, I'm picking up for many Scorpios. It, there's at times I'm going to say you feel like you might have lost it, but and there's other times that some Scorpios did lose it and did act inappropriately. This is again throwing in an emotional tantrum. This is a very emotional time that Scorpio you were experiencing here. I'm even getting warm as I read this. Um, I'm picking up that there's, if not on the cusp of it, that many Scorpios, there's an energy of being moody, of being depressed, of being sadness, of being anxious, of being that's unpredictable. Um, in some cases, because of this heavy emotional turmoil, Scorpio, you may come across to some as not very compassionate, and particularly you're lacking self-compassion, and this often sort of triggers a moodiness and how you want to sort of present yourself. If this sort of moodiness and this sort of drama that you're experiencing is causing challenges for you, Scorpio, it it's the universe is recommending that you seek assistance or guidance from someone that you can trust, and whether this can be through a trained counselor or a hypnotherapist or a good friend where you're just can be honest. But this is about you being honest with your emotions and you owning your emotions and owning what I'm picking up could be guilt. And for instance, with this relationship, perhaps you're feeling guilty that you didn't do something or say something, and this guilt energy is eating you up, and is making you hang on to something much longer than you normally would. Is the energy I'm picking up here, Scorpio. You know, the reverse King of Cups here is also presenting this image, this energy that there's a lot of emotional upset and drama that follows you, Scorpio. Um, yeah. So if that's the case, how do you get around this? Understand where these emotions are coming from. Um, this is the time to understand, what's pushing your buttons and why. Pay attention to the emotional balance, and internally you need to find your area of calm, and you need to find your area of compassion. Again, so if you have another person, or even if the significant relationship is pushing or triggering these emotional responses, and it's unfortunate. However, you have to understand there, Scorpio, that you are the one in control, and you have the power to control it, and that's the key here. I'm also picking up that the reverse King of Cups here is showing me that for some Scorpios that you've been repressing sort of your emotions and withdrawing, from outside the world, sometimes because you may fear what may happen if you were to confront your feelings head on. We know, Scorpio, that emotions sometimes are something that you want to avoid, but I'm picking up here, in order for you to see things in a new beginning, in a new light, you need to deal with these emotions, and you need to have it all out. You need to have that good cry. Anything that was upsetting you, you need to get it out. This is no longer time to be taking care of other people and running in and fixing things and involving yourself in busy work. This is really important that you have that good cry. You just let it out, have that emotional, open the floodgates and allow it to release, because until you do that, Scorpio, you're going to run into more difficulties, and that's the emotional drainage that's picking up here. However, keep in mind, Scorpio, you're not alone. You do have friends. You do have friends. Even though you think you can do everything alone, Scorpio, this is the time that you have to buck it up, and you have individuals that you could speak to and that you can be honest with if you want to be honest with them. But you need to get all this crud off of your chest, because it's eating you up and it's not good for you. So these emotions that perhaps you're repressing, that you haven't dealt with, or whether they're anger or frustration or sadness, you need to face them head on, uh, because they're bottling up inside of you, and you're going to risk this sort of emotional outburst if you already haven't had one, and when the pressure gets too much. So if this is resonating with you, Scorpio, consider finding a therapist to help you work through these feelings in a safe environment, or finding a trusted friend, somebody you trust to, that you can just share openly with. It's key that you get these off of your chest. For some Scorpios, I'm also picking up that the reverse King of Cups here represents someone who's vindictive, and has a talent for being able to punish others through emotional manipulation. Now we know, Scorpio, that there's a mean side to you. There's a Scorpion that you want to sting people with, and I'm picking up that this energy has been prevalent in many cases in cause of this relationship, I'm also picking up that it's sort of carried over into other relationships and other situations that you're involved in. Um, yeah. So, you know, and I'm picking up that you're probably feeling guilty to some degree because you have used sort of emotional manipulation, and you've manipulated people that are close to you or are wanting to be close to you, that have been supportive of you, because it's just caused negative behaviors for you, Scorpio. You and the more you keep doing this, the more you're going to invalidate the people who are trying to support you, and you know that you know you're dangerously close to losing someone's that care for you and want to help you and assist you, because you're going to burn them out, Scorpio. So this is about getting a hold of yourself and sort of getting it together, and seeing what the outcome is right here. Okay? So you're going to have to do some work about releasing yourself from these sort of controlling emotions or negative emotions, so that you can move on, Scorpio. Finally, here in our, or not finally, but in our challenging energies for this time frame, we have the Six of Pentacles. Angel and Spirit guides, please help us understand why the Six of Pentacles is in the challenging energies for Scorpio during this time frame, please. Well, typically this card represents, your ability, Scorpio, to share wealth and abundance, whatever that is, with others. You have a skill set of charm that, when you are in your good mood, you can charm people of everything, and they like you, and you can, especially to help them with things that you're in need of. And I'm picking up that in many cases, Scorpio, you probably have put on the charm in a sort of, well, if one really looked at it, could be a form of manipulation, but I think you try to give some sort of effort so that it doesn't look like that. But in some cases, I'm picking up it was just plain old manipulation, and that was to get what you want when you wanted it. So there's two sides to this, but the energy I'm picking up the most is really the energy of where you were stuck on someone, and you were stuck on trying to get them to do what you wanted them to do, but they weren't doing it. And that's challenging for you. It brings up all kinds of issues. So I'm also picking up in most cases that there is a small energy where you were helping others, but the major energy I'm picking up right now, Scorpio, is that in some cases, the major, and not everybody, but just the major energy in this time frame I'm picking up with Scorpio is that in most cases you were on the receiving people of other people's generosity, and you were accepting these gifts, and sometimes with gratitude, but also I think there was a form of manipulation in how you got people to give you things, and I think you feel guilty about that. It's kind of like you're in a survival mode. So when you accept gifts like as such from the kindness of others, Scorpio, Yes, it will help you get back on your feet in the moment and in the emergent time frame. But remember, you have to do something about your long-term wealth, and you cannot continue to borrow from other people. And I'm picking in some cases Scorpios. Some Scorpios have sort of relied on this borrowing nature of, and will someone bail me out, sort of. And I think some people have bailed you out to the point that they're on the verge of no longer wanting to bail you out because you're not showing progress as of at least previously, Scorpio. You keep repeating the same challenges. So, the energy I'm picking up is that for some Scorpios, you are, taking taking other people's generosity. You were, um, and although it was needed, it's the questions are starting to rise of, what are you doing to help yourself? And that's the question. You're accepting a lot of help, but you're not. It's not seen as you're taking the time to get yourself out of your rut or whatever. You're just adding to it. Is the energy I'm picking up here, Scorpio. So keep in mind that the risk of accepting charity, is that you become more dependent upon it, and you won't take care of yourself or take care of your items or respondings and sort of things. And you also then tend to lose the appreciation for it. So here, this card is basically saying, be mindful, Scorpio, that you're not growing submissive and noticeably desperate as a result to claim that someone else is providing for you, because it will backfire on you. As with other sort of cards, the Six of Pentacles also represents financial harmony. I'm not picking up that for some Scorpios you're quite there yet. You don't have the overall financial harmony, but it is in the windfall. It's something that's coming. That's what I'm picking up. I'm picking up more that your financial windfall is going to come for you. Yeah. And finally, in our outcome energies here, we have the Six of Swords. And this one we have in our, for Scorpio during this time frame. This is our outcome energies, and we have it in the upright position. We have the Six of Swords here. Angels and Spirit Guides, please help us understand for Scorpio why the Six of Swords is in their outcome energies during this time frame. Well, Scorpio, you know better than anybody about transformations. You are in, and have been for the last, at least since October, in a state of sort of a transformation phase. Now, some of you may have been going through the transformation and be progressively well, and others are not progressing so well because you're either accepting it in too brighter terms than what it is intended. This Six of Swords is showing up in your outcomes because it's inviting you, Scorpio, to go, to let go whatever is holding you back and whoever is holding you back, and be it from the past or your present. And when you do that, this is now asking you to then gaze ahead to your future and choose the way you most want to be in alignment for you. What is your highest good, and what's the long-term potential? You will need to make some tough decisions, and of course you're going to have to compromise, Scorpio, along the way. But see it as a rite of passage and enjoy the process. That is critical for you to be successful, is enjoy the process, and enjoy learning, and enjoy learning from mistakes that have been made, because they're going to be made. But having fun with this, that is critical. So yeah, but I'm just picking up with these, the tough decisions that you end up making of what you're letting go and perhaps who you're going to let go. This is going to be critical, and it's going to help you move towards your better position in life, to where you feel better, to where you want to be. So it's critical for you, Scorpio, to not dwell on what gets left behind. Instead, focus this on the opportunity to change your beliefs and about yourself. This is an internal issue that you have to be comfortable with. Things that you sort of overlooked and focused on to other people. This is about you, focusing on you and what it is your needs are, and how can you best get them in an appropriate way. So, yeah. All right, there you have it, Scorpio. Thank you so much for watching this video. And as I said at the beginning of the video, if you would like to support this channel, I would definitely appreciate it. And by clicking on what I call the big three, and that's please click the like the video, like the subscribe to the channel, and click the notification buttons. Couldn't speak there for a second. It's critical for the YouTube algorithms in promoting my channel, if you so see fit, of course. If you already subscribed and done those things, thank you so much. It's definitely appreciated, and I do sincerely appreciate it from my heart. So Scorpios, please feel free to leave a comment if you feel any part of this reading was applicable to you. If parts of it didn't resonate with you, that's totally okay. If none of it resonated with you, that's okay as well. It just wasn't meant for you because it is a general reading. So there we have it, Scorpios. I wish you again a wonderful and happy and safe holiday, and be good, and we'll see you in the new year of 2021. Thank you so much.